ready! Yay! My name is Matis and I'm an entrepreneur from Latvia, Riga, and I'm chilling out in this suburb of Lisbon in Portugal. It's very nice here. In case you're wondering, what the hell is this guy doing? Why am I listening to him? Very good question, very good question. Some drops of credibility. Companies that I've started and co-founded are doing about 100 million in revenue per year and about 10 million in net profits per year. So I know a thing or two about business, and I don't want to sell anything here. I'm just dropping some observations, some thoughts and ideas and having fun. So relax and keep watching. The reason I did this video specifically is to talk about struggles. You know, I'm really struggling in this place where I have houses like this around me, on a golf course. I'm really struggling, man. It's really hard. It's a really hard life. No, but on a serious note, so struggles, you know, going through depressive, phases in life, lack of energy, lack of motivation, you know, maybe even some crisis in life. Why I think it's an important topic, I think it's because, you know, people, they conceal, obviously, for logical reasons, times when they feel like this, and they don't talk about the coping mechanisms. It sometimes just happens on autopilot. And I think it's important, you know, to talk about this a little more, to understand how different people cope with this. And I can mention some of the coping mechanisms I have. Not that they're like productivity habits or look at those guys. I stepped right into the middle of the golf course. The guy was saying, get the f out. Not like sharing some major productivity habits, but just some coping mechanisms that I have just identified in my life. For the past few years, for sure, I've felt a lot of times lack of energy, a lack of motivation, questioning meaning and purpose, and you know, reason why am I doing this? When you achieve the sort of success that you always wanted to, you feel like, is this it? Right, a lot of feeling of emptiness. Even though my businesses are doing better than ever and I have more time on my hands to do what I want, it still puts me in a position where, yeah, I'm like, you know, concerned and feeling like I don't know what's the right direction to take, and I don't feel like filling up my time with just more activity and more busyness is the right way to go. This has led me to also think and look at how other people are dealing with phases like that in their lives. And these coping mechanisms, they can be good and bad. You know, they can be productive or non-productive, rewarded by society, and quite the opposite. I guess I can only share a few things that seem to be working for me. Number one is really, at the end of the day, to stick to a daily routine. That for me consists primarily of two things. Number one is keep working. I'm a workaholic, so work always, you know, helps me. It's the right drug for me. Fortunately, it's something that the society rewards, you know, even though if you're overworked and it's dysfunctional for other areas in your life, our society still says it's fantastic because you're successful. Working, and also to say that, you know, when I feel really down, depressed, I have major issues in my personal relationships or whatever, I cannot, you know, be super creative. I cannot take fantastic decisions. What I can do is I can go to my office or you know, to my workspace, do something that's basic and administrative, going through some emails, arranging some tasks for the household, doing, you know, basic things that are just requiring time, you know, doing some whatever bookkeeping stuff, just things that require doing and less thinking. And that way I sometimes push through the day when I can feel like I can barely do it. So that's one. Second is sports, and of course different people have different vices. So for me, since about 2018, I think I work out about 5-6 times a week. Chemically, again, addicted to sports. My body requires it, and it's just a fantastic way to get the energy levels up and to shift the focus of the brain. And not everybody does that to that extent, but physical exercise, it's just old as Mother Nature. It's just something that you do, and it always helps and makes a difference. And it's just a habit of getting into that. And here again, to say that I feel super motivated to do exercises when I have bad, you know, moments in my life, of course not. About a third, maybe up to even a half, but let's say at least a third of the times I feel no interest, no motivation to do the exercise. In the morning I wake up and for whatever reason, maybe I feel like I didn't sleep enough, or I didn't eat enough, or ate too much, or whatever it is, I don't feel like doing the exercise. I feel like shit. But somehow I know that if I push through this half an hour, 1 hour of exercise, I will just always feel better. That gives me the motivation to push through. Third thing is, let's say, observation. Try to make time for noticing and getting in tune with these times, especially when I feel bad. That requires some self-reflection, understanding why do I feel bad, understanding the root causes. And the way I do that is, basic. I used to do a lot of video journaling, so I just record a video for myself. It's private. Just go through what I feel, what I think, and just by talking through and just having to express loudly your thoughts and feelings, it helps in some kind of magical way. Same can be said about, I don't know, writing a diary or something. It's therapeutic. Speaking of therapy, I do therapy for, I don't know, 2-3 years now, almost on a weekly basis. Of course, it's helpful where somebody listens to you and you only about your issues and problems. And again, here it's not that I have major life crisis going on for forever. It's just that whatever happens in your life, there's always something that's very relevant and nagging on your mind, and makes sense to voice out loud and have somebody else to give their perspective. Yeah, and then the third thing is what I try to do. It's pretty difficult, is to set some day off or half a day off sometimes where I completely disconnect from everything. Just kind of put an order into my head in terms of what's important, what are the issues that I'm subconsciously kind of affecting me, what problems I want to address, and so on and so forth. So importantly, just taking time for yourself. Again, pretty common sense stuff, but if you don't do it, then it's difficult. I guess that's kind of how I see these coping mechanisms. The third major thing is maybe quite the opposite of what I mentioned about the daily routine is to change environment. I do remember quite a few times when, especially back in the day, when our business was struggling with whatever situations, and I felt like all is lost, right? The world is crushing and falling apart. Then if you stay in the same place, do the same things, and speak to the same people, and have the same thoughts reoccurring in your head, it's pretty difficult. While if you literally switch up the environment, ideally go to a different country, go on a business trip, go on a short vacation, and of course oftentimes it's not available for most people, but even an event, go in an evening to some place a bit outside of your comfort zone, maybe some networking or something. It just requires your brain to switch, have to kind of take in new information, and that way you kind of escape a little bit from this negative cycle of thinking and feelings. So that is also pretty helpful. Now, my hands are dying because I'm holding this phone already for the past 7 minutes. I think this is a wrap. Thanks for watching. If you like, then comment, share, subscribe, check out my other videos, and I hope you find this useful. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.